Chris, reflections on last night, the morning after. How does that feel?
It's still sinking in. Just the magnitude of what we've achieved. It just feels strange that we've been every morning for the last 3 weeks been waking up, preparing ourselves for what lies ahead that day, what mountains we've got to ride up, and for the first time today, just being able to lie back again and switch off and think, you know what, we've done it now. We can relax.
How much satisfaction do you take from that, achieving the job and achieving it in such a grand manner? You won by a long way.
Yeah, it can take a lot of satisfaction from it. I mean, it really has been months and months of preparation to get ready for an event like the Tour de France. So to come away, having won it the way we did, really is a fantastic feeling.
Your road to Paris started a long way away from the heart of cycling's homeland in Europe, in Kenya. When did the spark first get lit for you?
As a kid, I was always on my bike. Never really in terms of competition or anything like that. But I always just loved riding my bike, and I think that's inevitably where this spark started. The love for the sport, and I can tell you that I wouldn't be here today if I wouldn't be able to get on my bike and train 5-6 hours a day if I didn't love it.
You never felt that mountain biking near Nairobi was any barrier to one day getting here?
Well, back then I didn't think it would be possible, but I think it just goes to show that if you really want something badly enough, you're going to find a way to make it happen.
You mentioned your mother in your speech on the podium last night. You mentioned inspiration. How much did you call on that during the race itself?
There were moments when I thought, that's one of the reasons why I'm here. That's one of the reasons why I'm going through this. When the legs are screaming at you to slow down and stop, and I could reflect and think, well, actually, I'm doing this for a bigger reason. I'm doing it for more people than just for myself personally, and it's definitely helped keep the motivation up.
This is the first tour win. Dave Brailsford already says he thinks you can win more. Do you feel like you can do this again? You can win this race again?
I'd love to be back. I'd love to be back and to make this something that I target for as long as I can during my career. I mean, I feel extremely privileged to have been given the opportunity once to come here and to try and win it. And yeah, if I can have this opportunity again in the future, I'd definitely go for it.
You've got the yellow jersey there. You said last night on the podium that it would stand the test of time. What did you mean?
If you look at the history history of our sport, and especially the revelations from last year, from a decade ago now, I think it's only fitting to let people know that the sport has changed, that it's no longer a sport where people are cheating to get ahead, and this is one yellow jersey that will stand the test of time. It's not going to get stripped, and yeah, I mean, we've come under a lot of scrutiny during the race, and I completely accept that. People have been let down in the past. Personally, I've been let down. I was a big fan of those races back then, and it really does make a mockery of things when titles get stripped. So I just wanted to put it out there, let people know that this is one yellow jersey that is not going to get stripped.
You faced those questions, you mentioned them. Did you feel them an extra burden as well as everything else you had to contend with this race? You're carrying the faster you go, the louder the questions get.
It definitely added another aspect to our race, something that maybe we hadn't anticipated quite as much as the impact it had on us. it was quite hard to deal with. I mean, people basically saying that, asking questions about if we're complete frauds in what we're doing, and that makes it pretty hard when you know you've spent months and months and months training and really working hard to get here.
By virtue of what you've achieved, you're effectively the leader of that peloton now. Do you sense that the riders in that peloton have changed and that cycling has moved on? It's not just about what you and Team Sky have done.
Definitely. There's definitely a mood in the peloton that it's not going to be accepted now. And you can even see guys from the past who have served suspensions and bans. They're definitely not popular at the moment, and I can only see the sport carrying on in this manner and going forward in that regard.
And tell me, how does, after over 2,000 miles and 3 weeks in the saddle, how do you relax? Do you have a rest, or are you probably maybe racing?
Good question. No, I will relax, but I'm going to carry on in Belgium and Holland and do a few smaller, lower key circuit races, criteriums, for the next 10 days or so. So not quite the relaxing that most people would have in mind, but still a bit of fun.
You'll start that when?
This evening.